Hello, good people. Welcome once again to yet another episode in our series on matplotlib. And today we're going to take a look at how we can make use of the values that are returned by the PLT function. And like I explained to you in the previous video, if you look at what is shown before the graphs are plotted or are shown in your cells, you can see that it returns a list of matplotlib.lines.line2d. Okay, so whenever you make a call to pl2.plot and then you plot something, it is going to return an object of type line2d, which makes it possible for us to do further customization. So it allows us to set some extra attribute on the lines, such as the line weight, the dash style, or the alpha level. And of course, I'm not going to show you every attribute that can be customized in this video. And so for more details, you have to consult the matplotlib documentation to see everything that is possible, but I'll show you as much as possible in this video. So whenever you make a call to plt.plot, of course it results in plotting the graph and then showing it, but it also returns a value which you can use to make further customizations before you actually go ahead and then you show the graph. Okay, so to demonstrate how to do this, I am going to use this same line up here. I'm going to copy the same line we used to plot multiple graphs, plot multiple functions on the same graph. Okay, so we are plotting three functions. That is the linear one, this is for the quadratic, and then this is for the cubic function. And like I explained in the previous video, the PLT function is variadic, so you can actually give it data for multiple functions and it's going to plot them for you. Now, because it is variadic, it also returns a list of line2D objects. And because we are plotting three functions in this graph, we also have access to three lines. So I'm going to assign them to line 1. Let me just call it L1, L2, and L3. Okay, and then so what happens is with these line2D objects that are returned by the plt .plot function, we are able to set certain attributes or make some extra modifications on the line before we call plt.show. It is important in these cases to manually call plt.show so that the customizations will be applied before it gets shown. Okay, so I'll say l1.set line width, and I'm going to set that to 3.0. I mean, I'm going to stop here and I'm going to call plt.show just for you to see the difference between what we have. So you can see that line 1, which is the linear function with the green dashes, over here the line width is thicker. Okay, it is because we set line width to 3, and then in the graph up here it is the default value. So you can see that the line width is smaller than you can see in the graph down here, because we use the line2D value or the object that is returned to modify things a bit. Okay, so we can also say line 1 dot set dash cap style, and then you can say round, and then let's see what the difference is. So you can see that the cap style is more rounded than it is shown in the first graph up there. So basically these are some of the attributes that you can use to do your modification. Let's go ahead and then change something for line 3 as well. So I'm going to say line 3 dot set alpha. Set alpha. I'm really hoping that Jupyter Notebook is going to show me IntelliSense for this, but it isn't, so I have to be looking up the matplotlib documentation to see what I am typing. So basically you can see that we use the set alpha to change the transparency level of the cubic function, because the cubic function, the plot of the cubic function comes into line 3, which is also a line2D object, and then we call the set alpha and then this is a value between 0 and 1. So you can either make it opaque or completely transparent depending on how you want your plot to look like. So basically these are some of the few things that you can, few attributes that you can play with, but for more details you can Google matplotlib line2d and I'm sure if you come here into the documentation, there are a lot more. So as you can see, there are a lot more properties that it is practically impossible for me to cover everything in this video, but always feel free to look it up. The most important thing you need to remember from this video is that when you call plt.plot, it returns a line2d object which allows for further customizations before you show your graph on the screen. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.